Expecting Stuart.
Well, expect a much better performance from Liverpool than we saw from Manchester City against Dortmund. Dortmund with their second.
Monaco, Adam Lallana, who had such an injury nightmare and missed the World Cup, starts in this game. Most of them, $35 million defensive signing Abdou Diallo, starting in this one. Marwin Hitz, the goalkeeper. It's still going on as the game kicks off. Dortmund, of course, in their famous yellow and black. Zagadou getting an early touch. It's been very warm in Charlotte. Slid in towards him, in fact. Cut out by Loris Karius. We haven't had a chance to talk about him. Sancho. He's cut out. The goalkeeper's off his line. Karius, and he's nearly the victim of another howler straight away. My goodness me. Maxi Philip trying his luck.
Well, it was a ball over the top. Jadon Sancho had made a good run, but I'm not sure he has to come outside his box quite so far either.
He made one mistake in pre-season already, hasn't he? Karius against Tranmere, wasn't it? It's about him. Cut back by Robertson. Waiting in the middle there is another of the youngsters, Rafa Camacho, looking to turn past Diallo. Doesn't quite work out. It falls here for Markovic. And Roberts turn into the space. Every game he plays, Adam Lallana, he can shake off a little bit of the rust. It will be a job for him to force his way back in. Oh, the cross comes in and nobody really had taken the gamble to go into that space.
You're absolutely right. There was only one place that ball could be played, and that was in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box, and two players didn't make the right sort of movement. One was
played towards the near post, flicked on there. It's quite a good pace and tempo to this game.
Another player that's had a good start.
Nice football from Dortmund.
The referee saying that that wasn't a back pass. He was just making his path. That looks to me like a back pass.
Yeah. We know the referees tend to take a benevolent view. He hardly celebrates it.
Well, zonal marking, but also bad marking as well. If you're going to zonal mark, you have to attack the ball. They took it short, Liverpool. Good delivery into the box. Too many of the Dortmund players are just watching it there. They all start on the edge of the box. Liverpool, the ball's played in. Zagadou has got to do better. So-so Diekman goes in between those two. Really poor defending, but he's a good header of the ball, Van Dijk. I think the goalkeeper hit
charity shot, wasn't it? Here, I'll have a free header. Why don't you?
He gets his... We were praising Zagadou, but he gets his body position all wrong there, facing the ball rather than being on the half turn. Diekman doesn't come across and try and get the other side. Van Dijk.
Virgil van Dijk, of course, he scored an FA Cup goal, didn't he, Stuart, on his debut against Everton. Not a bad way to start for any Liverpool player, that, if you want to win over the fans.
Well, he's a good defender, but he's also a threat in the opposition's box. Such as his ability in the air and his determination to win balls. It's been a very good signing for Liverpool. I think some would still say that Liverpool need another top-class centre-half if they are to really challenge for the top position of the Premier League.
You mean not Dejan Lovren, then?
Well,
he'd argue with you about that, you know.
I know he would, yeah. But I think most people would say that he's a world-class, but almost getting to become a world-class player. Van Dijk. Lovren still makes too many mistakes in a Liverpool shirt.
Got to the World Cup final.
Yeah, and the Champions League.
Jones has run into a bit of trouble. The young player getting a chance in midfield today. Goalkeeper had to be quick there and was Manchester City out the Champions League. Is Wolf for Dortmund.
That's a strong challenge by Lallana.
Very strong. He might be in trouble for that.
Just a shame that last season they just fell away, didn't they? There was a time where they could have even been relegated under Jurgen Klopp. Yeah, that last season he was in charge.
The game. It's because Liverpool have had most of the ball. They wanted a free kick. They're not going to get it there. And now the break's on for Dortmund. They've got Wolf pulling into space away on the right-hand side. Dahoud lays it. Here is Wolf. Slid in, but too near to Karius. Didn't get it right. Half-time in Charlotte, North Carolina is Dahoud. We look at this again. Threaded his way through. Wolf to slide it. But look at Dahoud waiting in the middle. He'd gone for the return ball.
He just held his run, so he wanted the cutback. It's the wrong decision. The Liverpool squad is getting bigger and better at the moment.
So that's half-time here in Charlotte, North Carolina. The goal scored by Virgil van Dijk. So ready to go for the start of the second half. Lots of changes, particularly for... Here is Sturridge. Trying to prove he's got a future at Liverpool. It's a sharp piece of work from him there.
Good defending from Smeltzer coming across. Just read that, but good work around the box. Great feet. It's a decent cross as well, but look at that defending. Smeltzer just taken away at the last minute from Ojo, I think, who'd come in at the far post.
What a lovely cameo that is from Sturridge. Real lovely close-up of his... So Moreno, who's lost his place to Robertson. Milner from a distance. Had a good look about it.
Certainly did. Just stepping up from that holding midfield role.
Moreno, who's lost his place to Robertson. Milner from a distance. Had a good look about it.
Certainly did. Just stepping up from that holding midfield role. Just opened up his body with that first touch. Certainly hit it with power. Trying to bend it around the defender. Use the defender as an obstacle for Hitz. Hitz would have been beaten had it been on target, I think.
He's got a dry sense of humour, James Milner, and kind of has a wry smile at that parody account of, was it boring James Milner on social media. And treats it with the kind of fun that it is.
Yeah. You have to have a sense of humour. It's all in that midfield area. Doesn't quite get it out of his feet. That's why he scuffs across it.
Scored on Thursday night against Blackburn Rovers and got 2 in that 7-0 win I mentioned earlier against Chester. Pulisic trying to make progress. Haven't seen a lot of him yet since he came on. It's hard to believe he's still only 19. He's now coming up to his 4th season involved with the Dortmund first team. Milner. Deep. And how does it go wide? Solanke with a big opportunity there, which he is thinking, I'm sure, I should have put away.
That's a well-taken corner down this near side. Milner gets himself back on side. He actually does well to get there, out-jumping the defender. But once he gets there, he's got to get that on target. There's the leap, good leap. Tries to head it back into the right area. Can't get it on target.
Dortmund defence don't look altogether solid against crosses.
Yeah, it was a big chance.
Long-range shot there from Bockhorn. Cut back across the face of goal and nearly something for Dortmund there. Isaac was involved in it. Much better pace about this. Are they going to get the penalty for that? Yes, they are. Pulisic with the run through, and he's won another penalty. He won one the other night with a dribble, and this time it himself.
Well, I don't think Gertz is particularly happy with this. Changes direction. 2 players he actually runs into.
So this is what the fans wanted to see, the American fans, the poster boy with a chance to score, which he does. Christian Pulisic. The perfect script, I think, for the local fans who've turned up in Charlotte, North Carolina. He gets the equaliser from the spot.
And he made it as well. That's what he can do, running with the ball. Getting defenders to dive in, change of direction, and it's a good penalty. He knows Karras is going to go one way, and if you're going to go down the middle, you have to lift it high enough to beat the trailing feet, and that's exactly what he did. Here it is, goes past the first challenge, Moreno, changes direction. Milner is the player that brings him down. Klavan can't do too much about it. Right decision from the referee. And right down the middle, halfway up the net. Good penalty.
To Dortmund, Christian Pulisic has got them both to the delight of the American fans in Charlotte.
Well, just when we were saying that Dortmund have hardly caused Liverpool problems, what a counter-attack it was. Some good football over on that left-hand side. 1 and 2 touch. Schmelzer getting forward into open space. Liverpool were pressing the ball. Their press has been bypassed. Now they've got a man disadvantage, but what a good finish. Pulisic, decent first touch, gets it in between the defence, actually goes between the legs of the centre-back and into the corner. Against the run of play again, Dortmund take the lead.
Well, it's been a bit of a smash and grab raid by Borussia Dortmund here, and Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp will be scratching their heads, wondering how they've arrived at this scoreline. Pulisic's on a hat-trick here. He's not going to do that, is he? He might, you know. Just about. Save that they get a third goal. Dortmund striking again.
Well, Pulisic once again doing really well down this right-hand side. Little step over here, goes past the challenge. Not a good challenge by the defender, it has to be said. He's onside when it comes out. Could have been a penalty given as well, but Brun Larsen was in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, it was him that got the final touch, wasn't it, the Dane?
Not good goalkeeping, Karius, I'm afraid. That will go down as an error, pushes it out. Should be catching this. It's not a great shot from Pulisic. Goalkeeper pushes it out rather than holding on to it. And there it could have been a penalty had he not scored, because Gomez had his hand wrapped all over Brun Larsen.